Elite Facts presents
50 Random Facts You May Not Have Known. Number 6.
50.
Nikola Tesla received top honors in his first year of university, then proceeded to become addicted to gambling and failed out of his second year, spending all of his tuition and allowance on gambling.
49.
There is 9th century Viking graffiti in the Hagia Sophia in modern-day Turkey.
48.
Some scorpions can shed their tail in order to escape a predator, but doing so also removes their anus, which is found in the tail, and renders them unable to poop. They can live this way for another 8 months.
47.
During the making of The Silence of the Lambs, Jodie Foster was so terrified of Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter that she avoided him and never actually spoke to him until the last day of filming.
46.
Julius Caesar, despite being the most famous Roman, only ruled as a dictator for 4 years before being assassinated.
45.
In the 15th century, one of the descendants of Genghis Khan got married to one of the descendants of Alexander the Great.
44.
In mid-2000, a Columbia Pictures executive made a pseudonym called David Manning, a film critic who gave positive reviews to 4 films. It was later revealed that Manning wasn't a real film critic, and in 2005, Sony agreed to refund $5 to any unsatisfied moviegoers who trusted his reviews.
43.
The head of Columbia Studios had Sammy Davis Jr. kidnapped by the mafia to keep him from marrying a white woman.
42.
Lego tried to issue a cease and desist against the Magic Portal, the first stop-motion brick film. Luckily, the creator, Lindsay Flay, had secured a release from Lego Australia ahead of time, and Lego backed down.
41.
An elephant's skin can be up to 1 inch or 2.54 centimeters thick, but is so sensitive it can feel a fly landing on it.
40.
Bitcoin can handle 3 to 7 transactions per second, while Visa can handle more than 24,000 transactions per second.
39.
Blizzard Entertainment staff formed a band based on World of Warcraft, featuring the company president and co-founder, artwork director, and lead game programmers, also performing live shows at BlizzCon.
38.
Buddy Holly asked out his wife, Maria Elena Holly, the first time they met and proposed to her on said date.
37.
Honey Nut Cheerios do not, in fact, contain nuts. That's false advertising.
36.
Nintendo produced the Famicom NES and Super Famicom SNES systems until 2003.
35.
Fortune cookies are an American invention originating in California.
34.
The Asian noodle restaurant chain Wagamama means selfish or self-indulgent in Japanese.
33.
In 1974, Paul McCartney and John Lennon watched SNL in John's apartment when Lorne Michaels offered $3,000 to get the Beatles back together. The two seriously considered going to the studio just a few blocks away, but decided it was too late. This was the last time the two would ever be together.
32.
Carrots are a healthy alternative to treats for your dog. Along with essential vitamins and minerals, they're low in fat and can even help with dental health.
31.
Actor Will Smith named 2 of his 3 children Will Smith, Willard Smith III and Willow Smith.
30.
Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was originally named the Grater.
29.
Sylvester Stallone sold his dog for $40 because of poverty. A short time later, he made money from selling the Rocky script and bought the dog back for $15,000, losing heavily on his investment. He could have bought 375 new dogs for that same amount.
28.
Eminem was originally supposed to star in the movie Southpaw instead of Jake Gyllenhaal, but he backed out of the movie to work on MMLP 2.
27.
Roald Dahl wrote screenplays for 2 Ian Fleming novels, You Only Live Twice and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
26.
Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob, is worth about $14 million from all his career work, while the SpongeBob franchise is estimated to be an $8 billion franchise.
25.
Billy Joel never sells front row seats in order to see the real fans right in front of him. He gives them away to random people in the cheap seats so that front row isn't always just wealthy people.
24.
The Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco was not originally going to be painted orange. The orange color was only supposed to be for a sealant and was to be painted with black and yellow stripes to ensure visibility by passing ships. The orange color worked better for fog, so it was kept instead.
23.
Declawing a cat amputates a joint and has a number of negative health and behavioral effects, yet many veterinary associations continue to support declawing.
22.
The singer from Rammstein had his cheek pierced so a light could be installed in his mouth. The piercing got infected, but he continued with shooting the video.
21.
While making Apocalypse Now, rumors about bodies on the set were discounted. Then the co-producer was taken behind a tent where everyone ate, and inside was a row of cadavers. They'd got the stiffs from a guy that turned out to be a grave robber. They put the guy in jail.
20.
Not long before his death, Freddie Mercury, confined to his bed, got to see an advanced copy of the Wayne's World scene with Wayne and Garth headbanging to Bohemian Rhapsody. He loved it and approved of the song's use in the film. The movie, in part, helped launch Queen's comeback in the USA.
19.
John Lennon wanted to get a procedure done called a trepanation, where a hole is drilled, or more gruelingly scraped, into the human skull.
18.
The 1783 eruption of the Lakai volcano in Iceland killed 20 to 25% of the human population in Iceland and over 6 million people globally. It led to famine in Egypt, contributed to the French Revolution, and delayed the end of the American Revolutionary War.
17.
Elvis Presley was an actual sergeant in the Army, chose to be a regular soldier, though he had other options given to him, was stationed in West Germany, and got addicted to amphetamines while there.
16.
M&Ms were originally asked to be included in the movie E.T. the Extraterrestrial. After Mars, the company that makes M&Ms, refused, their competitor Hershey was asked, and Reese's Pieces were added to the movie instead, resulting in Reese's Pieces sales going up as much as 300%.
15.
Chef Boyardee was founded by restaurant owner Hector Boyardee in 1928. The idea originated when customers began asking Boyardee for his spaghetti sauce recipe. 10 years later, he opened a factory and named his product Boyardee to help Americans pronounce his name correctly.
14.
ABBA stood for the first names of the 4 band members: Agnetha, Bjorn, Benny, and Annie Frid.
13.
Until recently, scientists have been mystified about the sliding rocks of Death Valley, some weighing over 500 pounds. Some large boulders have sat still for decades before the perfect combination of ice and wind moved them hundreds of feet across the surface.
12.
Creedence Clearwater Revival frontman John Fogerty was sued by former label Fantasy Records for plagiarizing his own song.
11.
Leonardo Da Vinci had extensive knowledge in painting, sculpting, architecture, science, music, mathematics, engineering, literature, anatomy, geology, astronomy, botany, writing, history, and cartography. He's considered one of the most diversely talented individuals to have ever lived.
10.
Bambi 2 holds the world record for the longest span of time between 2 consecutive installments of a franchise, being released 64 years after the original film came out in 1942.
9.
Chuck E. Cheese actually stands for Charles Entertainment Cheese.
8.
Loch Ness is so deep that it contains more fresh water than all the lakes in England combined.
7.
Rome, Italy has 2,500 free-flowing drinking fountains.
6.
Strawberry leaves can be used to relieve gastrointestinal distress and joint pain. They also contain iron, calcium, and vitamin C.
5.
Novelist Guy de Maupassant denounced the Eiffel Tower as, quote, a useless and monstrous structure. He liked to eat his meals in the restaurant at the tower's base, as it was the only place where he didn't have to look at it.
4.
Studies have shown that when classical music is played in restaurants, it increases the amount people spend on wine.
3.
In ancient Greece, the normal size of a jury was about 500 people.
2.
There are more stars in the universe than words ever uttered by all the humans who ever lived.
1,
Temperatures in the Namib Desert can reach as high as 60 degrees Celsius during the day and below 0 degrees Celsius at night.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more elite facts.